Greetings from the Tour de France. This is James Start with Frankie Andreu after stage 9 of this year's tour from Gérardmer to Mulhouse, the one-time auto capital of France, and now host to a wonderful Tour de France stage where the Astana team and Vincenzo Nibali finally managed to get rid of that yellow jersey.
Do you think they gave it up on purpose, or it was just such a big gap that it just went up the road?
They've been trying for days to get rid of this. First, but they couldn't. I mean, Sagan and his Cannondale team did all the work for him 2 days ago, and other teams yesterday, and they couldn't. But they finally did, and they were only too happy to see Tony Galopin, who started the stage in 11th, rolling up in that breakaway.
And that was a massive break.
Only 28 guys. I mean, what are you talking about?
There was a massive break that went up the road. And, of course, Galopin was in there, and he was the best placed guy at 3 minutes and 26 seconds, but took the yellow jersey. I mean, that's huge. And then, of course, Tony Martin was even in front of that because he dropped all those guys. And, of course, time trial world champion, nobody was bringing him back. So a huge win for Tony Martin. And then Tony Galopin, yellow jersey. And I think it doesn't matter. People die. They try so hard to even get it for 1 day, and I think he's only going to have it for 1 day.
Well, we'll see. I've known Tony since he was about that high. His father was actually my director sportif when I was a fledgling amateur here in France.
So he coached Tony better than he coached you.
I would hope so. And he's also the nephew of Alain Galopin, who is with the Radio Shack team. He's a scrappy rider. He's a very scrappy rider. He can sprint pretty well, and he can climb adequately. On paper, no, he doesn't have a chance. But as he said in the press conference, you know, 2 years ago, he was only 2 minutes down on Chris Froome, who won here. He's going to be inspired by yellow. He's got a 134 advantage. Who knows?
Yeah, but 2 years ago, they did 2 Cat 3s, and then boom, the last climb, the Belfiet. Tomorrow is the hardest stage of the mountains that we've seen so far. There's seven mountaintops that they have to go over, and it's a tough mountaintop finish. No way he keeps a minute and a half. He's going to lose the yellow jersey, I believe. Of course, Tony Martin's going to lose the KOM jersey, I believe, which who cares? He doesn't really, you know, he's not really counting on that.
He's not a climber.
And I think, you know, the key tomorrow is going to be Nibali. You know, if he shows any weakness, if he can stay with Contador, that's going to be a big showing of what's going to happen later on. Because if Nibali shows a lot of strength and he stays with Contador, then everybody's going to start thinking about how do I stay on the podium, not how do I beat Nibali. And that's going to be the danger for tomorrow. The other danger is when the sun comes out. If it finally heats up, because it's been cold and wet this entire time,
it's going to be a big change.
Guys are going to crack. They are not going to know how to handle it. They are going to crack. And that's what we're waiting for. I'm waiting for the sun to come out, the heat to come out, because you're going to see a whole new set of guys start to ride well. But for tomorrow, 164 kilometers they got to get through tomorrow. And it's the first mountaintop finish. This is what we've been waiting for.
And this is a very steep finish. The Planche des Belles Filles is just a leg breaker, and there is nowhere to hide. And seconds can turn into minutes very quickly, even though it's not that long.
I agree, but I pick Contador to win.
You pick Contador to win?
Yeah, the stage.
I pick your boy, Valverde.
Ooh, all right. We'll see where we're going. Okay. Very good.
We'll see tomorrow on the Planche des Belles Filles.
All right.
From the Tour de France, this is James Start with Frankie Andreu for Tour Talk. Have a good one and enjoy the World Cup tonight. We will.